Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is 300, the deck oozing with tokens who are willing to battle against enemy men. It's the battle of our 300 versus their army. We've got a major weapon that will turn our simple tokens into warrior Spartans that will take down the opponent. We're using card draw that also enhances tokens we have on board, as well as a creature we haven't used before that lets us tap our men for mana. We've even got a sweeper that generates token men in case things go bad. Let's check out our soldiers and their weaponry. We're playing the full set of Case of the Uneaten Feast, the life gain enchantment that will let us stay in fights long enough to deploy our kill and get on with life. With the amount of tokens we plan to generate, this can keep us from being eliminated early in a fight. When the case is solved, we can sacrifice it to be able to play out men from our grave, but we've got only a couple of men to bring back. One of our men is the Llanowar Elves. They come out on our first turn and can be tapped for a green mana. Having 3 mana available on our second turn lets us play out any of our 3-drops. Specifically, we want to get an Enduring Vitality in play or a Caretaker's Talent. In the late game, the Elves are another body we can count on to get in for damages or to block up. White Sun's Twilight is a sweeper that generates token men if we pay for it with an X value of 5 or more. We'll take out the enemy army and leave only men on our side. And if we're ahead and don't need to sweep the board, we can generate 4 additional men. Awaken the Woods is another token generator. This time we'll make 1/1 Forest Dryad men. Each one can be tapped for a green mana when they're not summoning sick. This is an amazing way of getting to the point where we can generate heaps of mana and generate even a greater amount of tokens. In case we don't get our kill combo, we can still get in for lethality with a giant pile of token men. Caretaker's Talent is our draw engine, since we get an extra card once per turn when we generate a token. Each level is great as well. On level 2 we get a copy of any token we have in play. Then at level 3 our tokens get a stat boost, and if we haven't found our key card, we'll still be able to take down an opponent with pumped up tokens. Hop to It is a simple token generator that gives us 3 men with only 1 card. It isn't powerful, but it gets the job done. 3 men for 3 mana is a decent rate. Growing Rites is a way to find our Enduring Vitality, the card that really lets us grow out of hand. If we have 4 men or more in play, something that is rather easy for this deck, the Rites will flip over into the Cradle of the Sun. We can then tap the Cradle for 1 green mana for each creature we control. So if we have 10 men in play, this land will tap for 10 mana. In a deck with a bunch of X spells, this can be very dangerous for the opponent. Enduring Vitality is very important. It lets our men be able to tap for any color mana. That means every token we generate can be used to power out a big Awaken the Woods and flood the board with tokens. The more tokens we have, the easier it will be to play out our kill card. The March of the World Ooze is our kill card. With it in play, our token men will be boosted to 6/6 men. As soon as it lands, we should be able to knock the opponent off if we've gotten plenty of men in play. Send the team and count up the damages. As an added bonus, if the opponent plays any card during our turn, we'll get another token for free. Valor's Flagship is another card we can use to generate a large amount of tokens. What's excellent about the Flagship is that it will generate those tokens when we cycle it, so we'll draw a card as well as gain a pile of men. It does cost 3 mana initially before we get any tokens, but it is worth the additional cost as we can cycle at instant speed. For lands, we're playing 2 Mirrex, the land that we can use to generate token men. 2 Fountainport, another land that can generate tokens, or we can sacrifice a token to draw a card. For Razorverge Thicket, the Selesnya duel that enters tapped if we have more than 3 lands in play. For Hushwood Verge, the forest that becomes a duel if we have a forest or plains in play. For Brushland, the Selesnya Pain duel. For forest. And for plains. Playing the deck is rather simple, as we spend our early turns playing out any early men, or setting up our board with a Caretaker's Talent, or a Case of the Uneaten Feast. An Enduring Vitality is a strong key to getting even more mana if we can generate tokens. The March of the World Ooze will end the game quickly once we get it down, but if we can't find it, a Caretaker's Talent on level 3 can also do the job if we're able to generate plenty of token men. We're not using removals, but if we need, we can block large enemy men with tokens, or take a hit if we can gain plenty of life if we have multiple cases in play. If we can't get in for big hits, we also have White Sun's Twilight, which can sweep the board and leave us with a large number of toxic men. With those, all we need is 10 hits to get a lethal amount of poison on the opponent. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Beastly, Ches Beastly. He likes forced chokes, bad jokes, and giving out tokes. We're kicking things off with a loaded 3-lander. We've got a Smelf, a Vitality, a Case, and a way to generate some tokens. This is solid. Keep your pants on. Chaz is taking an emotional break. You really have to be emotionally prepared to battle this deck. We'll play out our Smelf. It's an excellent first turn play. And boom, we win with a first turn Smelf. This is Stu Slitter. No wait, it's Stu Shooter. It's okay boys, he's got bad aim. We get to go first with a 3-lander that's got a pair of hop to it, a Case, and a Right. Not the best hand, but not bad either. Keep your pants on. Alright bro, your first play needs to be a land. They have a fear of missing out, and clearly they are since they should be playing our deck. It's some good. We'll fire off our first hop to it. That's 3 men and 3 life gained thanks to the Case. They send in their fear. It's only 2 damage, and we're very happy to trade blows, since we can send in 3 damages. We draw a talent, but let's play out the Rites first. If we get something countered, let it be the Rites over the talent. But if it lands and we find a Vitality, we'll be able to throw down the march and have giant-sized token men 2 turns from now. They do have a counter, but like we said, that's completely fine. They play out a Ral, and they might be trying to build up a squad of small men. But they tapped out, and we'll be able to land our talent without fear. We get a Fountainport, but the talent will be our big play this turn. Let's level it up right away, and get a draw as well as another token. The extra draw gets us a Vitality. The game is on now. If we can get the Vitality down the march, we'll be next, and we can end the game soon after. They play out another fear, bro. I'm telling you, you are missing out. Their next play is a Battler, and it's clear they want to go storming well into the night, but all they've got is 2 cards in hand. We draw another talent, but I think we need to make sure they don't storm off into the sunset. Let's level up the talent and make our tokens a bit bigger, then we'll send them to pay old Ral a visit. It's like the welcome wagon, except we deliver pain. They don't block and Ral takes it all right in his shiny teeth. There might be some missing now. They've got another Ral, and they are determined to storm it up in here. This time around they do send in their squad, but that leaves Ral wide open yet again. Let's play out our Vitality, then we can fire off the other hop to it. We'll have a solid team ready to go in for beatings on our next turn. The question now is, what do we do this turn? Send in the 4 tokens, or play out the second talent. If we attack, who do we hit? I think we need to keep Ral at a minimum, so let's go ahead and send 2 tokens at him and 2 at the opponent. With only 1 blocker, Ral will have to take at least 1 hit, and the opponent will be taken down low enough that they'll have to be careful or face lethality next time.
I need to workshop a new theory.
Amazingly, they send in everyone. They could have a surprise for us, but we'll block up anyways. We'll lose some tokens, but they'll lose most of their men. This is not MTG, this is Sparta. Yes, indeed. Tricks is what that was about. That's fine. We can still play out our march and roll in for big damages. That's right, get out of town, Charlie Brown. Also, GG's extra cheese. This is a sad beat, but they got it all backwards. Keyboards are so tricky, aren't they, bro? We get a shuffler special with only our token-generating lands. This is why we have only 4 of those in the deck. Because hands like this will happen. The one Mirrex will make a colored mana, and if not for that we wouldn't. Keep. As long as they don't kill our Smelf, we'll be fine. They play out a Surveil land, so our Smelf will live to help us play out more stuff. We are pretty much forced to play out the second Smelf, but at least next time we can drop the Vitality down and start making tokens. They play out a Smelf of their own, but we're ahead of the mana race. If you Smelf what the Shark Man is cooking. This is a Vitality turn, but before we start laying the tokens down, we'll want to play out the case. They play out the Combo Bandit. He loves to untap when the opponent commits crimes and poops out more mana than the average Smelf. Drawing the Forest threw me off. I wasn't expecting to draw a colored mana. The shuffler hates you, then it doesn't. Let's get the case down and we'll follow up with the Rites. We whiff on the Rites, but we'll be able to flip it on our next turn. All we need is one more guy on board, and we'll have a land that taps for extra manas. They snipe our Vitality with the end, and that is the end. Every Vitality will be gone for good, but luckily we still have ways to generate tokens and the talents as well as the march. It'll take longer, but we can still fight effectively. This is Sparta. They even hit the Rites with a removal. No matter, we'll get to making tokens. They won't be able to snipe them all. That's gotta be the plan, a debris beetle and the knights to crew it. Sounds legit, bro. This next Awaken we can generate 7 more tokens. That will take us up to 16 mana on board. If they're not scared, they should be. It's a double Preacher turn for them apparently. When you got Preachers, might as well drop them in. We drew a land that can tap for white, so we'll be able to make another pile of tokens at instant speed. All we need now is a march or a talent. They play out an Ashiok, so they might be going for the growing tokens. Never mind, they want cards. You can't do anything, bro, our pants are on. They don't crew up their vehicle even though it's a big 6/6 power wagon. Maybe they don't know how to drive it. We'll block one of the Preachers, then sacrifice the token to draw a card. We get a White Sun's Twilight, which isn't what we'd like to see. We get a second case, but our next play will be to cycle the Flagship for as much mana as we can afford. They come in yet again, but before the blows land, we'll cycle away our magical mystery vehicle. Instead of taking a bunch of damage, we gain a bunch of life. We draw a talent. That's just what we needed. Let's give them a little taste of what they've got coming. Just have to click on these piles here, and away they go. Let's hold one of the Dryads back. That'll let us make a treasure token, which we'll need. They snipe one of our tokens with a removal. Very nice. They block up, and we'll be trading away some of our mana men for some of theirs. As their last act of defiance, they snipe the talent. If it makes you feel better, sure bro. We've still got a heap of tokens with more on the way.
Open your mind to me.
They play out Kermit's toes and a smelt. I knew there had to be a reason for the exile stuff. They send the preachers, but that's it. Their power wagon is still sitting around collecting dust. We draw a plains, and now we don't need that treasure token. The shuffler is messing with us tonight. We'll go ahead and play out the second case. That'll be double the life gain from every token we get from here on out. We're not afraid of a fight. Let's send in the big pile. This is Sparta. They choose to not make tokens and go for more draw. One of these turns that will backfire on them.
Enticing thoughts.
They don't even know what to do now. I'm pretty sure what they'll decide to do won't involve the poop wagon. That's only 10 damages, that's fine. We'll let it through. Alright, end of turn we'll cycle away the flagship and make more tokens. 7 more men, and that will be another 14 life. Works for me. They're having trouble with reality. Their fragile mind can take only so much. Keep your pants on, bro. Hey, there's a march. We'll be able to play it out and hopefully seal this deal. And a talent as well, in case they snipe the march. Let's throw down. They block up, so no enchantment destruction yet. Taking cards out of our grave really doesn't do anything. That's going to be GG's. Smells like extra cheese. Ouch, that's a lot of bashing. Walk it off, heal yourself, bro. You're going to the negatives. This is Eringo. No, wait, it's Eringi. Sounds like a disease. Achoo! Oh, great. We get a 3-lander with a vitality, a talent, a rites, and a way to make some tokens. This is good. Keep. The opponent throws down a Boros land, bringing the vehicles or the life gain. Which will it be, bro? That looks like some sort of reanimate a pile. They're going to work hard to get one big guy in play, while we'll be working hard to get many big guys in play. We'll play out the vitality this turn. It's an extra mana once it's on board. They double down on archaeologists, which like to do nothing but sit around. I'm so impressed. We'll play out a talent this turn and send in the vitality. There's a repair and recharge right there. You had to know they were going to try to get something out of the grave. Best of luck, bro. We'll add 3 mana to our board this turn. We'll go with an Awaken the Woods in case they are able to get rid of the vitality. They are digging hard but are coming up zeros. We'll play out a second talent and go for the double draw when we generate a token. Then we'll follow up with the hop to it and get 3 more men. That'll be 12 mana on our next turn for those keeping track at home. That's a lot of hooch. They fire off a season of weaving, but that's not as great as they think it is. Most of our stuff is the tokens, bro. We're right back where we were, but now we have a pair of tokens more. They might be close to getting whatever it is they need, but we've got lethality on board, unless they can deal with our talents. I think that did it. They sent something in the grave they'll want to reanimate. It's nice they're going to pop off with their combo a turn too late. Let the leveling begin. We'll take one of our talents up to level 3, then we'll do the same with the other talent. Our tokens will be beefy enough to seal the deal before they get another turn. They fire off bounce, but they also bounce their blocker. And even with only one talent, that's 24 damages about to be sent. This is Sparta bro. They figured out they didn't do that right. Oopsie poopsie bro. Also GG's. And that, my friends, is... Wait, what's on the bottom of my shoe? Another satisfied customer.